So we need to solve this cubic equation and find all the solutions. There might be some real ones, there might be some imaginary, might be both. We need 0 on one side, so I'm going to subtract the 5. And 37 take away 5 is 32. Then I'm going to see if there's something I can factor out of both terms, because I'm always trying to factor out a Gray's common factor. Okay, and it looks like 4 is the greatest common factor of those two, I think. I can divide both of them by 4, and I get 27, I think. 27x cubed plus 4 times 8 is 32. Good. Okay. Am I rolling? Yeah, camera's rolling. Okay, so now I see a possibility of a sum of 2 cubes. So I know that a plus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. I think I need to make this a minus to do SOAP, right? Okay. Same, opposite, all positive, yeah. So my a in this case equals 3x, because 3x times 3x times 3x. My b is 2 times 2 times 2, gives you 8, right? So in this case, I've got 4, and I've got AB, so 3x plus 2, and I've got 9x squared. That's 3x times 3x, right? That's a squared minus the AB. 3x times 2 is 6x. And I'll make myself a little bit more space over here. So on this one, I've got plus 4. Yeah. So it looks like equals 0. So that all equals 0. So it looks like I could find out what is this. 3x plus 2 equals 0. Subtract the 2, divide by 3. That's one of my answers. So if I have a final answer down here of what is x, I'm going to say that negative 2/3 is one of my answers, but I think I have more answers. I know I have more answers because I need to solve this quadratic now, and we already learned a million times that we could try AC method, and if that doesn't work, we can try the quadratic equation. I'm just going to go straight to the quadratic equation here. You can try both if you want. And if I do, then I'm going to do my work, just so I'm not confusing for you guys. I'm going to do my work over in this area over here, okay? So minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. 4ac, 4 times a times c, 4 times 9 times 4. I think if I use all over 2a, that's 18, I think. Okay, I think if I use my, what do you call it, can I do that whole thing? No, I can't, can I? This thing doesn't let me erase the whole thing. That's so annoying. That's okay. So, I did this just because I want more space to write down there. So it looks like I've got 108, if you try that on your calculator. Negative 108, I'm sorry. So I'm going to put an I out here, because if I got a negative under the square root, an I outside is what I really want, over 18. And by now you've learned and you know how to simplify that, I hope. Maybe not. We'll practice a little bit. 6 over 18 is 1 over 3. So it looks like I've got, I didn't simplify my square root yet. 108, I think, is 36 times 3, right? Let's try it over here. 108 equals 36 times 3. And you can do this on your calculator, square root of 108, but I see that I've got 6 square roots of 3. So 6 plus or minus 6i square roots of 3 all over 18. 6 over 18 is 1 over 3. Okay, okay, 1 over 3. And then I've got, that's this part. But I've got that 18 with this other 6 over here too. 6i thing. So I've got still 1 over 3. It's a plus or a minus. 1 over 3. And I think on top is an I and a square root of 3. Okay. So there's 2 answers here. And let's just rewrite it so we see what it looks like. First of all, don't really need the 1, because 1 times anything is that thing. Okay. And my answers, I will write those answers over here where they belong. So I got 1/3, whoops. 1/3 plus I square roots of 3. Or square root of 3i. I can do it any way I really want. Try to find that. Square root of 3i over 3 again. Okay. And I'm going to leave myself a little bit more space here, if it'll let me. Okay. And I'm going to put that way over there. Boom. Way over there. Okay, so the other one is 1/3 minus I square root of 3. Or square root of 3i over 3. Okay, so we've got our 3 answers. So a lot of steps there. That's why you don't have very many problems. That's why you shouldn't go too fast on the test and try to rush things to leave early. But some of you don't see the value in a good grade, so you just want to leave early. All right. This one is going to be, I think x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. What 2 numbers for negative 20? 4 times 5, with one of them being negative. Oh, how about 1 times 20? 1 times 20. That's negative 20, or negative 1 times 20. Would that be, yeah, 20 take away 1. That's 19, right? That's the middle number. Good. Oh, so we've got minus 1x and minus plus 20x. I think that's right. Oh, without the x, right? Without the x, sorry. All right, so that's an x to the 4th thing. And that should be good. We could double check it by multiplying through. But so let's go ahead and give yourself more room for here and do each one equal to 0. So we'll do x squared minus 1 equals 0. That's just a square equation, and we learned that we can do x squared equals positive 1 and x equals plus or minus square root of 1. What's square root of 1? Isn't it just 1, right? So I'll just put 1 in this case. Okay? That's 2 answers. So we can write them down here, negative 1, 1. We could also use the quadratic formula for that, too, with the b equals 0, but I think this is probably easier. And x squared plus 20 equals 0. X squared equals negative 20. Since we don't have any b terms, any plain old x terms, maybe this is easiest. X equals plus or minus the square root of an I, because there's going to be a negative under the square root. Square root of 20, 2 square roots of 5. 2 square roots of 5, I think is 20, if I'm right. 4 times 5. Okay? And so that's 2 answers. That's negative 2i square root of 5 and positive 2i square root of 5. So altogether we got 4 answers here, which is no surprise since we have a 4 up here for the power.